everyone. This is Vishnu, and I welcome you all once again to Spark Talks. I believe that you all are having a great time back at your place, wherever you are. And yeah, so I'm just waiting for LinkedIn, to send in the invitation to all the followers that we have at Planetspark. I hope you're all going to join us soon, and we're going to have a flood of comments in the comment section as well. Today, we're going to have another exciting live event with a Planetspark teacher who is here to share her journey, her story, and how she has reached where she is at the moment. But before that, I'd like to request all of you to kindly drop down some comments in the comment section so that I can know that we're live and you guys can see us. If I am visible and audible to the audience right now, I'd like to request you to kindly confirm in the comment section with a yes, so that we can begin with the show. I have some really good icebreakers for all of you. But before that, yes, I need a little bit of confirmation from your end. Just write down a yes in the comment box if you can hear me up, and if you can see my video as well. Alrighty, let me just go and check comment section. Yes, we've got Planetspark from Divya. Hi Divya, how are you? Thank you so much, Janak, for the confirmation. All right then, so we're going to begin with the show. We're going to have some icebreakers like we always do. And my first icebreaker to all of you is, as usual, how are you all feeling today? Write down in the comment section, how has your day started already? Is it energetic? Is it a little boring? Is it pumped? How's your day like today? I would want to know from all of you. Write down in the comment section, and I'm going to read them and probably flash some of the comments as well as I receive them. We've got Urvashi, who's saying she is happy to be a part of Planetspark. That's such a nice and sweet message. Thank you so much, Urvashi. We're happy to have you as well as a part of Planetspark. We've got Barhan Uddin, who's saying that his day is super good, perfect. I hope that it continues the same way. We've got Divya. She's saying that it's an energetic day for her. Congratulations, Divya. We need some of your energy as well. Vaibhav Kapoor is saying it's a pretty boring day, but I'm sure it's not going to be boring because you're now here with us, and I'm sure you're going to have some fun at least, so that you can turn your boredom into a little bit of fun and social with all of us out here. All right, then, so I'm going to move to my first question, and the first question is, if you could get rid of any one food forever, what would it be and why? Let me just go and check the comment section. I'm expecting some fun answers from all of you. If you could get rid of any one food forever, what would it be and why? So I think if I have to answer my answer, I think I would get rid of. So I have a love-hate relationship with bitter gourd. It's called Karela in Hindi. I don't know, I don't understand, why there are people who love Karela, but I am a big, big time hater of Karela. I only love bitter gourd when it's fried and especially made by my mom. Otherwise, I don't want it to exist in the world. So we've got Burhanuddin is saying that, sushi, I hate it. All the sushi lovers, they are crying in the corner right now, I believe. But yeah, I mean, to each his own. Let's see some more answers. Guys, I want you all to write down your answers in the comment section. Let's just make it a little more interactive rather than, the boring session wherein you just listen to me and you leave the session. It's better, we have this two-way communication. Divya Jindal is saying that, she wants to get rid of onions. Wow. Yes, Somya is also saying it's a bitter gourd for her as well. It tastes yuck. That's the expression I was looking for. All right, then. So let me just go on to the next question. The next question is on your screen. If you were to write a book, what genre would you write it in? For me, my answer is psychological thriller. I am a big time fan of, psychological thrillers. I am a big time fan of David Fincher. If you know this director, he's done some great movies like Seven, Fight Club. There's Zodiac as well. He's also the director of the movie The Social Network. But yeah, I like psychological thrillers a lot. So my answer would be psychological thriller. Let's see, what are your answers? If you were to write a book, what genre would you write it in? So we're getting answers for the previous question. But let me just quickly go and see the chat box. What are the answers from the people out here? We've got Punita Mishra. She's saying bottle gourd. I hate it. It's the answer for the previous question that we had. Perfect. The current question that we have is, if you were to write a book, what genre would you write it in? I'm expecting some answers in the chat box. Let me just quickly go and see if we have some answers. Well, you know, Soumya Tiwari is saying she wants to write self-help books. All right, great. You guys can mention your favorite author as well, so that we can get some recommendation, and we can have this healthy exercise of sharing what we like and what we don't. A lot of people are answering Karelas for the previous question. Punita Mishra is looking forward to write a motivational book. All right. I would definitely want some motivation from you, Punita. Thank you so much for writing down the answer. So we've got Punita Mishra, who's writing motivational book. We've got Soumya, who's writing self-help books. A lot of people out here are, looking forward to write their story to, help others improve themselves, better themselves. That's good. All right, then. So I think it's better we move on to the next question. And the next question that we have is, what are you excited about this weekend? What's new that you are doing this weekend? How are you spending time? What are you doing? Whether you're going out with your family for a nice lunch or a dinner, or are you going out to, or are you staying inside and not going outside anywhere and having a fun time, probably playing games or watching movies, or the Netflix and chill that we say. What is it that you're doing this weekend? Write down your answers in the comments section. For the previous question, I think we've got some answers. We've got Divya. She's saying that she wants to write a book that can eulogize by every age group. That's a new word that I'm learning today. Eulogize. Thank you so much, Divya, for sharing the word. I'm going to go and search the meaning of it as well. But looking at the way the word is used, I think eulogize is understand. Just a random guess. I don't know. Mandira Shri is saying that she wants to write a book on human psychology. All right, we've got a lot of authors out here already. What are you excited about this weekend? That's the question, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what your answers are in the chat box. So I guess the live stream that we do on LinkedIn, it has a little bit of lag, because the questions that I ask, the answers that I'm receiving are completely contradictory in nature. All right, Punita Mishra is saying that she's excited about her job interview at Planetspark. All the best, Punita. I hope that you're going to have a good time giving your interview, and I hope that you crack it as well. And all right, so the last question that I have for you is, what are you excited about this weekend? After this, I'm going to jump on to our guest who's waiting in the backstage, probably thinking, why is this guy taking so much time? All right, then it's time for me to jump on to our guest who's going to come here to inspire us. Ladies and gentlemen, she is an incredible public speaker. That's one, but she also has her interest in theater, and she's done so many adventures in her life already, and is here to share her story with us, so that some of you can get inspired and probably take the path that she has taken, that is to be a wonderful teacher at Planetspark. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our guest here today, Preeti Chopra. Hi,
Hi,
Preeti. How?
I'm good, Vishnu. How about you?
I am good as well. Well, Preeti, there are a lot of people who are watching you live right now. How would you like
Yes.
to greet?
I just want to say I'm so grateful and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for all the love and thank you so much.
All right. So, Preeti, I want to know from you this one thing. Like, how did you choose, the path of being a teacher? I mean, like, what was your childhood like that led you to this particular position that you are in right now?
Honestly, teaching was never in my plans. So it just came very naturally to me. I have always been a performer. So I remember when I was a child, I used to play teacher. Like my mother is a teacher actually. So I used to take her saris and I would drape it, and I used to, just create these fake sessions. So I think more than, teaching, it was the idea of being on the other side of the crowd and, commanding the crowd. So that is what I have been doing, and I was into theater. So when I was in my college, so one of our directors, asked me to assist him into his theater workshop. So that is how I got into, training, mentoring, and teaching. So that is what I more relate to. I do not consider myself as a teacher. I consider myself more as a facilitator and more as a mentor. So that is where I got started really.
Perfect, wonderful. And what was the first play that you did? I mean, if you can, walk us through that part. What was it that you facilitated, or what was it that you assisted?
Oh yeah, so that was Channo Bazigarni. It is a play. It is in Punjabi, and I assisted that play. And after that, I played the lead role also. When that play got converted into Hindi, so I played the part of Channo. She is the Bazigarni, and she, just got out of the shackles of her own poverty and everything. So it is a beautiful
Right.
play. I assisted in Punjabi, and then I did it myself in Hindi. So that was the first play I did.
Wow, I've heard that Punjabi people are very loud, energetic, and they are full of expressions. And I hope that you also are that kind of a person, or are you a shy and an introverted person? What sort of a personality are you, Preeti?
I honestly, like when I was a child, I used to be a little introverted. Like I do not want to label myself. So I consider
Mhm.
myself more of like reserved. Like I know what to say and when to say things. So I'm more
Right.
of reserved and introverted. I know how to express myself when it comes to things. But as a child, yes, I was a little shy. But when it came to stage, I used to be really fierce. So that
Right.
was my strongest point.
Right. So, I have also been into public speaking, and I know how it feels to be on stage. And I want to know from you as well, how do you differentiate yourself from the person off stage and on stage? Because on stage, there are so many things that come naturally to us, which might not occur to us off stage, or vice versa. There are so many things that comes to us off stage, but not on stage. So, how do you balance that out?
Yes, I feel, see, there are a lot of similarities also. Like, I'm a very spontaneous person when it comes to my real life and also on stage. Like, I know how to be on my toes. But when it comes to stage, I am like more confident. Like, it's not that I'm not confident in my real life. Like, I'm more expressive. I tend to exaggerate things, make things a bit larger than life. But in my real life, I'm more subtle. I think I have a lot of more substance, and I just keep things to myself. And I have a very close, circle of my friends, and these are the people that I would, go and share my closest things. But when I'm on stage, I don't hold myself back. Then I'm completely out there. So that is the difference. There's a little bit of like the bridging of gap that I do.
Right, right, right. And my next question to you is, of course, what brought you to Planetspark? How did this, encounter occur?
Yes. So I actually have my cousin slash my friend to thank. I was working in theater. I was a full-time actor and a trainer also. So I was working with a lot of schools. But pandemic happened and schools were shut down and we were like almost screwed. Like the artist industry was screwed. So I was searching for something where I could, not only, do some work, but also find some creative fulfillment. So that is where my friend and my cousin came into place, and she was like, why don't you try this? And then I went onto the website and I saw that it is more of like experimental learning. It is not like the usual curriculum teaching, and it also includes new age application and how to really equip children to face those things and be on the stage and be more interactive. And I was like, this is something I could have done when I was a kid. So that
Right.
was the most striking thing for me for when it came to Planetspark, and that is what I still love the most. It is more about experimental learning.
Wonderful, wonderful. And, I mean, there must be some sort of motivation as well that you must have received after you've done your theater. How would you like to describe this journey of converting yourself from a theater artist to teaching, to a teacher?
See, there is no term as such after theater for me. Uh, Honestly, I am just back from a shoot right now. I was taking my classes till 9 p.m. yesterday, and then I went for a late night shoot, and I've just come back in the morning. So there's no stopping still. I'm still doing all of these things. It's just that, I love working with children. When I was doing the theater workshops also, I just realized it's very strange and bizarre that how children, really bring the best and the worst out of me. They sometimes, challenge you, and, you get paralyzed, and you are like, this is such a kid, and, he's challenging me like that. So I just feel, it's good to keep yourself, surrounded with the flesh, blood, and, the young energy, and they're so creative and nice to be around. So that is why
Right.
I felt, let's just take it virtual also. And I love teaching children. So yes, that's why.
All right. So, you know, theater is also a form of confidence, and what we are also trying to do is, instill
Yes.
confidence in our kids. How is, like, if you were to draw a parallel between theater and being a teacher, how would you draw it?
I think, as you said it yourself, it is the biggest art form. Like theater includes everything. There's script writing,
Right.
then there's, physical movements, then there is, acting, obviously dancing, then there's singing, and there's also a lot of confidence building. When you start doing theater as an actor, you also have to work on your self-esteem. So it's kind of a very holistic approach. So these are the things that I try to incorporate in these modules also of Planetspark. I have a lot of games that I use and I do with my children, so that theater has not only made me a better
Mhm.
teacher but also a better person. Like I know how to express myself better, and my thoughts are more organized ever since I started doing theater. So that
Right.
is the most, that is the best thing.
Right. And like, how do you tackle the hurdles you face while teaching public speaking on an online platform? I mean, it's a burning question that a lot of people say that, online platform is a bit difficult when it comes to teaching. How do you overcome this particular hurdle?
I was very much myself skeptical, how I am going to execute public speaking on virtual classes. But I think when you go through the modules and you explore a little bit and you go a little offbeat, you still have to be relevant, but you can, explore games, puzzles, activities that can be done online. The only difference is the limitation of the body language, honestly. Otherwise,
Right.
everything is pretty much the same. You can still modulate your voice, you can still change your facial expressions, you can still be creative when you're writing and build a character. So everything is pretty much the same except for the personal connection, which you can still build with the child. It's only the body movements and everything which is a little bit restricted. But I think if you navigate a little bit, you'll go a little offbeat and explore the modules, then it is very much possible to execute that also, like, successfully.
Right, right. I think that there's some comment that we're receiving. How to apply Planet Spark. Ayush, just wait for the end. We are going to tell you all about how you can apply, at Planet Spark, and how you can become a member of Planet Spark as well. On that note, it's time for me to jump on to the next question that I have for you, Preeti, and that is, tell us about your proud moment, maybe a proud moment from your life, or from your journey at Planet Spark. What is it that you'd like to share with us that can inspire a lot of us who are watching you live right now?
Okay, so one thing is that I have supported myself in every way. Like my family does not come from any kind of show business. So I am the one who has, gone a little different. And it's been really difficult for me because I was taught to, do a 9 to 5 job. But I was like, I am just going to be a performer and I am going to do a little different. So I
Mhm.
have supported myself in every way, like even financially. When I was in my college, I started working, I started doing shows, and I was earning myself. So
Right.
that is one thing. And then at Planetspark, it is such that I really feel a lot of validation when parents come to me and they are like, my child is really learning, or there's a child with me, she's so young, and I say, bye, and she's like, why? So this is my biggest reward, and I am like, okay, fine, this is fun. And if I can contribute in some way and the parents are also happy, it just makes me feel happy myself. Like I'm very glad.
Right. And what is the atmosphere like in your family? Because I think the classes are also conducted online. How do they react to your classes? Like, explain us about this particular situation.
No, with classes, they're very happy. Like, I am at home. The only thing with me is I am not the person who would sit at home and, be in front of a laptop and not do anything else. So they are very happy. Like, she is at home and everything. We cannot, we don't have to track you. Like yesterday also, I came very late and abhi to I've come just in the morning. So they are happy with Planetspark, but otherwise I am, still doing my thing. So uske liye, they
All
have a
right.
lot of problems.
We are happy. We're happy that Planetspark is keeping your parents happy as well. All right, Preeti, it's now time for us to have a quick rapid fire with you. I hope you're ready for it.
Yes.
And we are going to ask these questions to not just Preeti, but to all of you who are watching us live right now. If you have your answers, you can write them down in the comment section as well. And Preeti, here's my first rapid fire question for you. What motivates you to get out of bed in the morning?
I think I just have a lot of awareness, what I have to do. Every day is planned, and I have so many things to engage myself with. Everything, every day is different. So I think that's
Right.
that. I know what I live for. Yeah.
Perfect. Amazing. Nothing gets better than that. Second question that we have for you is, in which subject were you best at school?
English.
Yeah, I think a lot of people with whom I've had a conversation with, and I've asked this question. They say English was the best class that we used to have.
I have had big maths phobia. So I used to only
Right.
thrive in English and theoretical subjects. So maths, like, no.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So the next question is: you can have dinner party with any four people in the world. Who's on your invite list?
Does it also count like people who do not exist anymore?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I think my biggest role model and my biggest inspiration, Princess Diana. Then
All right.
probably, Matthew Perry, the Chandler. And I know
Yeah.
he would crack me up because it's a dinner party. And then maybe Karan Johar, because if he's there at my party, then I'll be the talk of town. And then also Sushmita Sen, because I love Sushmita Sen. We both are Scorpios, and she's a phenomenal public speaker herself.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you did not invite Joey because you won't have dinner.
Yeah, because he'll say, I will have my food. He'll take all the food.
Right. All right. I think smart, people that you invited, Princess Diana. I also admire her a lot for her. She is a fantabulous person. Wish she lived for a longer period of time in the world.
Yes.
The next question that we have is this: if you could travel back in time, what period would you go to?
I definitely do not want to go into the future because it will generate a lot of fear. So I'll definitely go back in the history, and I really loved, palaces and the history, probably somewhat related to any Raja in Rajasthan or something. So I get really inspired by history and battlefields and everything. So probably past. And
Monuments and kingdoms.
yes,
They
I'm a big sucker of history and everything.
Nice, nice. Great. And we've got one more question for you, and that is, what was your favorite movie growing up?
I think more than movies, it was shows. Like I'm very guilty of watching Gossip Girl when I was growing up. But if 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 you're talking about Bollywood, then it has to be Jodha Akbar because when I was a child, my parents we did not have TV. Like
Right.
my father was like, you are not going to have TV until you score, really good in your exams. So I scored really well, and we went to see Jodha Akbar. That was the first movie I saw on the theater. So I'm very fond of that, and plus that is my favorite genre, like battlefields, history. So that.
And it was a very long movie too. It was, I think, almost
Yes,
2 hours.
but can you take your eyes off Aishwarya Rai and Hrithik Roshan together on the screen?
It was a very beautiful set that was
Yes,
built. I think the director did a really good job. With that,
yes,
we come to the end. Preeti, we've got people, who are, also admiring you. They're, glad to have you here, and it was a very fun conversation that we did. Thank you so much, for taking your time
likewise.
out here. Before we leave you, I would really want you to, share out your message to all the people who are aspiring to become a teacher or who want to, enter into this particular field of, live one-on-one teaching. What is your message for them?
Okay. Yeah, so I have like few things. First is, as much as you want to be a teacher, be a good learner, because the more good content you consume is going to reflect in how you execute and deliver the contents yourself. The other thing is, have high standards and benchmarks for yourself. If you don't have the awareness of what you can and cannot tolerate and what you bring to the table, there's no way that anyone else is going to acknowledge that. And also, if you're teaching in the Planetspark platform, just really have respect and appreciate the time, energy, and effort of the parents, because they're investing in their child. So if you do that, it is definitely going to be reciprocated. So I think that's it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Preeti. It was fun having the conversation with you, and I hope that we're going to have some more conversations. Probably, I will come up with some better questions so that I can dig some more information out of you. But till then, have a great time with all the shoot that you have and all the classes that you take. I hope the kids won't buck you much. Thank you so much
No,
once
no.
again, and greet your
Thank
parents.
you, Vikram.
Yeah.
Yes, likewise. So happy to be here. Thank you.
All right. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Preeti. I think it was a fun conversation that we had with her, and I really love the message also that she delivered. And I hope that you're all going to follow this. And now, coming to the question that a lot of people were asking: how do we apply for Planetspark, and what do we do? This is where you can. You just need to drop your resume at hiring@planetspark.in and be specific about the kind of role that you are trying to apply at Planetspark, and I'm sure our HR team will reach out to you. We are hiring and we want to build our team. All you need to do is you need to drop in your resume and CV at hiring@planetspark.in and wait for us to get back to you, and we will. With that, thank you so much, everybody. It was wonderful having the conversation with all of you as well. Really loved the answers that you all shared, and I hope that more and more answers are going to be dropped down in the comment section even after we're done with the live session. Till then, please take care of yourself and have a great weekend. Bye bye. This is Vishnu from Planetspark signing off.